This video is on debugging. This is related to the last lesson that we saw where I added names to a list. Our programs then read from the file and presented the names that were on the list. But I've introduced some errors into the code, so let's see what we can find. I'm going to go ahead and put in a new guy, Steve Henry. And I'm going to click Add Name. Okay, we've got an error. It says unexpected closing brace on line 67. So let's go look at that. That's the HTML code. I didn't put any errors in there, so I left the form alone. Let's go over here and look at line 67. So it says, let's take a look at the message again. It said unexpected right curly brace, line 67. Here's the code. Well, that seems to be a correct curly brace. It looks like it's an if statement. It's got an opening and closing brace. But often an error appears in the line before, the first effective line running. And if we look very carefully at this statement, we're missing a semicolon. That's very important. All of PHP's statements need to have a semicolon at the end of the line. So I'm going to save that. I did a Control S, and I'm going to go back to the web form. I'm going to just hit the back key, and I'll try to add the name again. Unexpected. It says parse error. That always means syntax error. Unexpected end, dollar end, at 99. Let's go look at our code. So 99, what's going on at line 99? The end of our page is going on at 99. If you get an error message that points you to the last line in the file, it's almost always a missing curly brace. And that's why it's very important to balance out your code. We have the opening brace here, and if I move down, I see the closing brace. And all the code inside is indented. Let's look again. I've got the opening brace. I've got the closing brace. Let's move down. I've got the opening brace. I've got the closing brace. And then I have an opening brace here. And am I missing one down here? I don't see one to close. Often, a lot of people code this way when they're more comfortable. It's probably better for you in the beginning to code this way and line up everything underneath the if. It appears to me that either a curly brace is missing here or down below. It depends on how much of this logic I want it to run. I think it should go right here. Let's go ahead and try it out. So I'm going to put the closing curly brace here. Yeah, because here I'm just setting styles based on the remainder. So I think I'm missing a curly brace there. Let's go back. So that 99 was the hint that something was wrong. I saved the other file. I'm going to try again. This time, interestingly, we got part of our table printed, last name and first name. That's unusual. It said Henry Steve was added to a file. But we've got another error down here. It says line counter. On line 69, it says undefined variable, line counter, line 69. Let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, go back up. Line counter, plus plus. Now remember that line counter plus plus is short for line counter equals line counter plus 1. So that means we have to have a line counter present already before we bump something up by 1. It has to exist. Does it exist? I'll go ahead and I'll copy this code and I'll do a find, which in TextPad is PF5. I'm going to paste that information in there, and I'm not going to worry about matching case right now. I'm going to go up, find next. It finds it there in this code here. No, it does not find it anywhere. It's not defined. So we missed defining line counter somewhere. It has to be set to something before we put a plus plus on it. So let's go before the loop and put a line counter there, and we'll make it 0. I'm going to go back and see if that makes sense with the logic. We bump it up by 1, and we do that for the first row. I think that's probably correct. I'm going to go back and save it. Click the add name. Well, that part looked good. Henry Steve added to the file. I've got Henry, and I've got the last name, but I don't have anything on the first name. Well, that's unusual. Now we're kind of stuck. because we're looking at this, but we don't have an error message, but clearly this is not what we wanted. It's some kind of logical error. I guess. Let's go see. First name. So where are we writing out the file? We're writing it out here. So we put out the last name, beginning cell, last name, ending cell. We look here, beginning cell, I need to have a closing bracket on this one, just like that above. So without that, it didn't quite know what to do with it. So I'm going to add that closing cell, save it, go back, and add the name. I added Steve Henry 3 times, which clearly I didn't want. So I'd have to go back and clean that up. Now remember, we were writing this out to a file. So let's go back to the directory structure. Come back up here. Go all the way down. I'm running off of the root, which is at the www in the WAMP area. But you may recall that I also set up a data file for these files that I'm writing. And I'm writing something here to something called name list. So I'm going to double click it and open that up. I've separated my names by this pipe symbol because I'm storing a delimited string in the file, and then I'm using the explode function to get rid of it. So I'm just manually going to go in here and take out the 2 that I don't want. Back to the form, and right here I'm going to just reload it so it runs again. Let's see what we get. Up, we got an error. Line 82. All right, line 82. Let's go back and see what's on line 82. Line 82 is exploding the line. And now if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and put a print statement in here, and I'm going to see what values are being printed when it comes out of the explode. Let's go back, hit it. Did we get that? We got Perry Steve, Smith Jones, Jane Smith, and then Henry Steve. And then we got a bunch of things going on here. So I'm going to go back and look at the file. Looks like I got a bunch of extra things. When I refreshed the page the way I didn't really go through the normal process. So I circumvented the code. Let's go back and reset this file. And now I'm going to go back all the way to the web form itself. And I don't want to add the same person again, so I'll add John Jones. Add name, and now it works again. So just refreshing isn't necessarily going to work. I still have these print statements that I left in there from before, and clearly I would need to take those out. This ends our lesson on debugging.